The year is 1966. Deep within the mist-covered mountains of Europe, 3 billionaire aristocrats are staring at a flower. To anyone else, it's just a rare African plant called the Stairway to the Sun. But to Lord Oswell E. Spencer, Sir Edward Ashford, and James Marcus, this flower is the holy grail of corporate fascism. Within its petals lies a prehistoric pathogen that rewrites human DNA. They called it the progenitor virus. But they didn't want to cure diseases. They didn't want to save lives. Spencer had a different vision. He wanted to weed out the weak, force human evolution through raw trauma, and seat himself at the throne as a living god. To hide their horrific eugenics project from the public, they needed a cover. In 1968, they founded a pharmaceutical giant, a name you all know too well, the Umbrella Corporation. Their public motto was beautiful: science for a comfortable life. They sold aspirin, cosmetics, and baby formula. Millions of households bought Umbrella products every single day, completely unaware that the money from their cold medicine was directly funding the construction of a massive subterranean torture chamber beneath Raccoon City, the Arklay Laboratory. Spencer needed test subjects. He didn't use volunteers. He started with the very architect who designed his secret mansion, George Trevor. Once construction was finished, Spencer locked George in a dark brick labyrinth to starve to death. But that wasn't the cruelest part. Spencer took George's wife, Jessica, and his teenage daughter, Lisa. Jessica's body rejected the virus. She was discarded like trash. But Lisa was different. Her biology adapted. For nearly 30 years, Umbrella scientists kept Lisa chained in a damp dungeon, injecting her with every unstable, horrific variation of the virus they ever created. They tore her mind apart. They ripped her skin off. She became a stitched-together immortal monster that wore her own mother's flayed face as a mask. Yet, Umbrella didn't see a tragedy. They saw the perfect biological incubator. It was inside Lisa Trevor's tortured body that the virus mutated into its most famous, devastating form: the T-virus. But Spencer didn't just want biological weapons. He wanted perfect human specimens to run his new world. This led to the top-secret Wesker Children project. Umbrella kidnapped dozens of brilliant children from all over the world, raising them in hyper-controlled environments, brainwashing them with Spencer's supremacist ideals. When they reached adulthood, they were all secretly injected with an experimental strain of the virus. Most died in screaming agony. Only a few survived. The most promising one was Albert Wesker. Umbrella placed Wesker inside Raccoon City's elite police force, STARS, as a double agent. Think about that. The very police department meant to protect the citizens was being led by a corporate asset engineered in a lab. By 1998, the rot inside Umbrella could no longer be contained. Infighting, greed, and pure madness led to a massive leak at the Arklay facility. The T-virus escaped. It didn't just kill, it reanimated the dead cells of the human body, leaving only the primal urge to feed. Umbrella's response wasn't to evacuate the city. It was to use Raccoon City as a live-fire testing ground. They deployed their ultimate biological creations, the Nemesis and the Tyrant, into the streets to see how effectively they could hunt down surviving police officers. 100,000 innocent citizens were turned into flesh-eating ghouls within days, all for the sake of corporate data collection. On October 1st, 1998, the United States government realized they couldn't cover this up. They had no choice. They launched a nuclear missile, vaporizing Raccoon City from the face of the earth.
100,000 lives gone in a fraction of a second. Umbrella's stock price didn't just crash, it ceased to exist. The government officially banned the company. But you can't kill a ghost. Umbrella's research, their viruses, and their data were sold on the black market to terrorist organizations, rogue states, and global billionaires. Spencer's corporate empire fell, but his dream succeeded. The world entered a new era of bioterror, a world where anyone with enough money could buy the power of a god in a small blue vial. Umbrella didn't fail. They just evolved. If you want to survive the next corporate leak, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below telling me which company's dark history we should unearth next. Stay safe. The experiment isn't over yet.